Good day, church. My name is Tolamo Mallane, and welcome to this week's edition of Testimony Tuesday. This week, I want to talk about how I've seen the Lord's goodness in my life in the last 2-3 weeks now, I think. This dates back to Monday, 17 January 2022. I still remember the date well because, this event kind of scarred me a bit, but thank the Lord, He has restored me. So on 17 January 2022, I went out with the EE3 team to the Union buildings to go and share the gospel of Christ that brings salvation to all that believe. And we went to Union buildings. It was myself and a couple of other guys from church. We parked at the top parking of the Union buildings, and we left our stuff there, and we descended down the Union buildings to meet people and talk to people and share the good news of Christ. And during that time, when we got back to the car, we realized that during that time, someone had smashed our car. They had broken the window, and in the process, they had taken my bag. They had stolen my bag. And in my bag was my laptop, my wallet, my files, and just about everything I'd write down in my will if I were to die. So this is all important stuff. And in that moment, I remember just feeling so defeated and thinking, what was I even doing coming to EE3? What was I even thinking coming to share and, coming to do this? On that evening as well, I remember I had an invite to go play soccer with a few friends, and I declined the invite because I thought, you know what? Sharing the gospel is more important than that. And you can imagine what I was thinking in that moment. I've just come, they've taken my bag, and I'm thinking, if I had been out there playing soccer, none of this would have happened. So in that moment, I was just so defeated, and I kept thinking, I am never coming back here again. The things that were on my mind though were, how was I going to be able to replace all of these things that were stolen? And it wasn't a good few minutes. But then we ended up driving back to church. Myself and one of the other guys, the owner of the car, we went to the police station. We reported the whole case. And I went home that night and I just thought, why did this have to happen? And I remember just thinking of a scripture that I had been meditating on that week. I think it's in Matthew 7, where Jesus talks to his disciples and he says, you should fear the one who can destroy both body and soul. And as I was thinking of this verse, I was thinking, but God is sovereign. I mean, He is so sovereign that not even a sparrow falls down without Him willing. And I just thought He was even sovereign in that moment where my bag was stolen. I did not understand it, but I did know that trials and tribulations, they can only produce steadfastness. And I could not have a testimony without a test. So in light of me thinking of all of this, I just thought, you know what? Thank God He is sovereign over all of this, that He was sovereign even in my bag being stolen and in all of this chaos. And I just trusted in God in that moment. And it took a turn. I was no longer too hurt about it. I recognized God's sovereignty even in that, and that He still sees me and that He still protects me, because He protected us from being in the car or around the car when all of that was happening. Who knows what could have happened? And I mean, He's sovereign over all things. So He knows about it and He cares for me even in that moment. I've been able to replace some of my things. Thank God that through someone in church, He has provided a laptop. They have lended me their laptop to use in the meantime. I was able to replace a couple of my things. Like I said, not everything, but I thank God that He's given me peace and joy again. Despite all that's happened, I can still trust in Him as my Father who cares and loves me. And that could not have happened if He did not give me that peace. So that is my testimony.